recording my podcast. I'm actually just editing, and hopefully, that means that there will be no issues of slowdown or anything like that because I'm just editing what I recorded yesterday. It's about 10 minutes in total that I am editing down, and I am at about the 6 minute 3 second mark. I've already applied all the things I want to apply to the actual um all the presets and stuff to the actual recording. Right now I am simply taking out every time I take a breath. I am removing that intake because the mic picks it up very clearly. So I'm just going through and removing all that, and once I do that, I think I should be done. So I'll show myself like exporting it, rendering it into an MP4 file, and then uploading it into Substack and scheduling it to release tomorrow morning. So hopefully I can do that fairly quickly. That is the goal, at least. I've also been a bit of a sneezing fool this morning, so I may have to mute my mic sometimes, but you should be able to hear what I'm editing. And yeah, because I did a test, so it should work to let you hear what exactly it is that I'm hearing as I edit and remove things. How do I go to my, here we go, YouTube Studio, pop up videos. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was live, and it looks like I am. How do I go to the actual thing though? Oh, yeah. I just want to confirm by going to it. Okay, yes. Now, am I live on Twitch is the question. For some reason, Stream Elements doesn't appear, which is weird. Okay, I am live on Twitch as well. Sweet. Okay, so I can quit this and let me just go back to audition. Okay. I'm gonna go back a few seconds. Nearly fell into a sink as he did. See, that right there is what I'm deleting. And usually I can see it very clearly. It's right there. All I have to do is hit delete. It removes it. It brings all of the track close together, and I keep going. Shiny objects everywhere, hanging from the ceiling, stuck to the walls. Yep. Sometimes I do this without even listening to the track because that's how well I can tell what the waveform looks like. But you always want to be careful about that. You don't want to just start deleting because you might actually delete something that isn't an intake of breath. Sitting on the counter, an island. Like this is a really low one that I am going to. The colonel gulped as he knew his flying wasn't the most steady, and he prayed he wouldn't knock into anything. So really, this is just to that would wake up the beasts in the house. What we are looking for is... This is a long stretch of silence, so let's move down a bit. I want to delete some of this. House. What we are looking for is upstairs, said Lady Blackbird. She quickly flew off, and the colonel followed as close behind her as he could. Usually these things here are like could be a clicking sound. He wanted to ask her how she knew what they were looking for, as she seemed unsure back at the treehouse, but there wasn't time for questions. She flew up the stairs to the second floor and in through an open door that was down a hallway. When the this one right here. When the colonel... I have no way of seeing my chat. So I am going to open my chat on my iPad, and then that way, in case someone is in the room chatting to me, I can see it, because right now I can't. How do I sign out? Maybe, oh yeah, okay. I wish Twitch would allow you to be able to switch accounts easily, so I don't have to sign in and out of accounts. Oh, are you serious? I have 2FA on my Twitch. Why would I do that? I need to make sure to turn that off. Hold on 1 second. I have to go to my authenticator. Okay. There we go. And now let me go to my channel. I gotta figure out how to do that. Oh no. No. Oh my god. You can now get anything delivered with Uber Eats. Hell? I want to go to my channel. Okay. Now I can see the chat. Flew inside, he found Lady Blackbird flying small circles over a desk in front of a window. On the desk was a machine unlike anything he'd ever seen before. He flew towards it and landed beside it. Lady Blackbird did the same. Okay, long gap here. Don't want it to be that long, so I'm going to remove a good chunk of it. Lady Blackbird did the same. What is it? I don't know. I just know that it can fly. The beast controls it with that. Lady Blackbird pointed her wing in the direction of a large silver bird cage. Its door wide open. Dangling. I'm just going to remove this little sound here. Dangling from the swing in the center of the cage was a large black rectangle with angle. It's going to be a close one here. Right about there. Tangle with buttons and knobs on it. Without giving it much thought, Colonel Jefferson flew towards it, fascinated by its size and the colors. I could zoom in even more and get more detailed like that to get down to like the most finite of waves. I try not to. When he landed on the swing to get a closer look, he heard a click sound and the door on the cage swung closed, locking him inside. Gotcha! Colonel Jefferson looked for the sound of the voice. A boy stood beside the cage, dressed. See, the reason why I don't like to stretch the waveform out too much is because I can miss these S's. Dressed in all black clothes, blending into the darkness. Oh, there goes a cat. Taking his morning stroll. As he stepped closer towards the cage and smiled at the loon he had just caught, he grinned menacingly. The moonlight. Okay, we are nearing the end. The moonlight illuminating his mouthful of braces. Good birdie, the beast boy said, petting Lady Blackbird's head. She winced slightly, but only the colonel could see the fright in her eyes. First that pheasant and now this. The boy yawned and rubbed his eyes. I'll have to look up what kind of bird this is in the morning. I'm still sleepy. He crawled back into his bed and within minutes was snoring. Okay, big gap, big gap. We don't need this much gap. It was snoring. I just have one question. Why? Lady Blackbird turned away from the colonel. Her lame eye was highlighted by the moon. Better you than me. She flew out the bedroom and down to the... This is a big gap too. I don't need it that big. She flew out the bedroom and down to the first floor and... Come on, there we go. And out the kitchen window before he could say anything else to make her feel guilty. She took a nosedive into the ground just outside the house, covering herself in dirt. Okay, this is not as far over as I'd like. To make sure she looked in dirt, to make sure she looked like she had just been through hell. This was a routine she had done a few times before. Scare them into thinking the beasts were more powerful and perhaps now was not the best time to kill them. They'll agree, mourn the loss of one of their brethren, and regroup next week to devise a plan that would never work. Okay, that is the end. So we're going to go back to the multi-track. I'm going to go and scroll this all the way to the end and cut a lot of this dead air that I left myself. So let's cut it at about the 850 mark, shall we? And let's just do a quick Command K to split it. So now this is over here and I can delete that. A plan that would never work. Okay. So now, you guessed it, we are going to... What is this? Oh. I don't know why this is here like this. faces. Good birdie, good birdie, the Beast Boy said, petting Lady Blackbird's head. She winced slightly, but only. I'm trying to think if I want to record an outro. I probably should. So let's put the thing here. And let's record something. I mean, my voice is gonna sound completely different from yesterday or the day before because I've got a stuffy nose, but my outro isn't gonna be that long. It's probably gonna be like 5 seconds. Now, normally, which is what I did the first season that I did this, I created an intro and an outro um, as separate recordings, and then I dropped them in the beginning and the end because it's basically the same thing. That might be what I want to do moving forward, just to make it easier on myself and not have to record one every time. But for the sake of the fact that I need to release this tomorrow, I think I'm just gonna record one here directly on the same thing and not have it separate. I'm just thinking about what it is I'm going to say exactly. I want it to be brief. I don't need to mention like follow me or subscribe or anything like that because these are all going to be solely to my email newsletter, so I don't have to say any of that stuff. Because they're already like subscribed, etc. Hold on, I'm checking my work email real quick. Hold on, this one I need to answer, so I will get to that later. Delete. Move that over there. Yep, I already know my work laptop's coming today. Looks like they sent the email to my work thing. 10 pounds. Lordy, that's a heavy laptop. By the end, under the. Okay, let me move this to this folder. We can delete this. Let's take all of these and move it to my IT folder. Let's move this here. I need to make a folder for these because this is. The bill register and aging reports alongside the okay. Sorry, I just needed to. This is. I need to reorganize my emails because it is getting ridiculous. Okay, let's shrink this out of the way. Let's finish what I started, so that I can get this scheduled and out the door. Okay. Let me write down what I want to say so that way I'm not trying to do it on the fly. just make sure I have the right URL because I'm about to actually list the URL and I want to make sure it's the right one. Oh, you know what? Let me leave that as is. I'm not actually recording, so it's okay. substack.com/s/Friday Fiction. Okay. Thank you for listening to this episode of Friday Fiction 2.0. Next week Friday will be an all new story to explore if you haven't read it already. That's right. Each week I'm reading the short story I wrote and shared with you all. Late last year. They can be found by visiting my Substack at ericadrayton.substack.com/s/Friday Fiction. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna say. I could probably spruce it up a bit, but for now, that's all I'm gonna do. Let me put this somewhere where I can read it clearly. Okay, and I can close it out here. Let's come here. Let's hit the record button and let's do this, and then we'll edit this, and then we should be that much closer to Dunzo. Thank you for listening to this episode of Friday Fiction 2.0. Next week will be an all new story to explore if you haven't read it already. That's right. Each week I'm reading the short stories I wrote and shared with you late last year. They can be found by visiting my Substack at ericadrayton.substack.com/s/Friday Fiction. Okay, now we're going to edit this. Which hopefully won't be too bad. Let's go to the waveform. Thank you for listening to this episode of Friday Fiction 2.0. Next week will be an all new story to explore. It's like a really weird moment of silence there. In 2.0. Next week will be an all new story to explore if you haven't read it already. That's right. Each week I'm reading the short stories I wrote and shared with you late last year. They can be found by visiting my Substack at ericadrayton.substack.com/s/Friday Fiction. Okay, let's go back here. I want to come here and cut this down to size. Let me do, okay, I think that should be enough. Let's delete this, move this down. A plan that would never work. Thank you for listening to this episode of Friday Fiction 2.0. Okay. Now we will take this little marker, which I don't think really means much, but oh, it did separate them because I could merge these two and then it would be one file, but I don't think I have to merge them in order to do what I'm about to do right now. So let's save, first of all. Okay, saved everything. And now I want to, oh dear, figure out what the heck I'm doing next. This is the part I feel like I usually forget how to do. Okay, so I want to export this as an MP3 file, I believe. I just want to call it the Beast. I don't need to call it the Mixdown. And I want to save it in the same place that I saved the actual file. So let's save it to, I think I'm saving everything to my OneDrive. No, maybe it's in my Google Drive. Yep, podcast recordings, the Beast. Okay, so let's save it here. Okay, I think that's what I want to do. So let's see. Let's do this. It shouldn't take too long because it's a really short thing. It's only like 10, like not even 10 minutes. It's 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, it said it was going to open after I did it. I don't know how or on what program. So I am just going to make sure it's saved where I told it to save, which was in my Google Drive. Let's head over there. Writer fiction, podcast recordings, The Beast. And there it is. Okay. Now I don't actually have like any cover photos for it, which I think is fine for right now. I'll have to figure all that out as I go. So now I'm gonna share. I'm gonna actually close. Oh, hold on 1 second. I gotta check the mail. expecting something. So what does it say? Save changes to yeah, sure. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen for this. So let me do an old switcheroo. Oh, I already have this here. Hold on. Stoops. Let's turn this off and let's come here and connect it to this. Okay, okay. And now let's come back here and let's shrink this slightly so you can see what I'm about to do. All right, so now this is my first time doing this, so I'm doing it live on the fly, as they say. We are going to do a new episode, right? Because I don't think I did save one as a draft. Never mind. Okay, so let's go right here. So for this, I want to put the length, which was 9 minutes and 15 seconds. And I think that's all I want to put there. Upload episode audio. So now we're going to go to it in my thing here. Open. It is uploading. Yay. This is my first time doing this. Very excited. Very, very, very excited. Hello, Silent Willow. I actually just finished editing my podcast. I've got an intro, I've got an outro, and now I'm putting it in my Substack, and I am setting a what do you call it? Can I put the image here? That's a thought. Let's see if it'll let me. I mean, it can't hurt, right? So let's see. I have to remember where it is. Let's go back. That's unused images, but where are the ones once I've used them? That is the question. Why would I have... Okay, wait. That's very confusing. Why would I have all the unused images here, but then all the used ones are not here? That makes very little sense to me. Where would I have put them? Let me think. I've been streaming for about 40 minutes, so I guess not. I had already edited like half of my podcast recording. I could not stream while I was recording, unfortunately. I had to end the stream because there was like serious issues, and apparently the sound went out, etc., etc. So I ended up I started editing yesterday, and then I had to stop because we took the dogs to the park yesterday. And so I decided that I could at least stream myself editing. So I did that this morning about 40 minutes ago. It didn't take me too long. I only had to edit 5 more minutes. So it took maybe 15-20 minutes to do. And then I had to record an outro, an ending. And so, yeah, I did all that. I rendered it out as an MP3, and then I just uploaded it into Substack. But now I am trying to find the image that I used. And for whatever reason, I have my unused images here. So I'm assuming maybe the actual image is in the file itself, although I doubt it. Like, I just don't understand why. Yeah, like why I would have a folder that's the unused images, and then what the hell did I do with the ones that I used? Like, that's weird. Let me look in my downloads folder because I should have them. I mean, I know where I could go find them because I favorited them in the websites where I got them from. It's just a matter of like, what the heck was I thinking? Okay, so let me search. Okay, see, so here's the image here. Now, can I see the properties for this? Show me where this is. Get info. Yeah, it's in my downloads folder. Okay, so I'm gonna move all of these images from my downloads folder into like a place where I can find them easily because that's crazy. So in here, I think I will create a folder called images. And yeah. Okay, so here is where I will put the images. Luckily, I think I named all of the images what their actual thing is. So let's go back one, the historical chef. Let's look for that one. Yep, here it is here. I also have the image I created for Instagram as well here, but I'm not really too concerned with that. I did drag that in here, didn't I? Okay, it's uploading. While that's doing that, let's look for the invisible beacon. What is that sound? Oh, I have to go downstairs. The garbage cans are being knocked over by the wind because it's very windy. So I will be right back. I completely forgot that I had. Yeah, I think I had mentioned that I had to go downstairs and do the garbage, but then I ended up having a discussion with my wife, forgetting I was still online, and I'm sitting here searching for something, forgetting that I am streaming. And you guys are looking at what I'm doing. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back, by the way. By the by. Um, my apologies. Yeah, the garbage cans were being blown over by the wind, so I had to go and collect them before they went into the street, etc. Um, and then I got distracted. I mean it's very windy and the garbage cans were empty because they had collected the garbage, so um it's not that they're light, it's just that it's like hella windy. Oh, okay. Let me try this then. This is interesting. Hmm. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to figure something out here. Stop it. Oh, this is an absolute bummer. I don't have any clue. I have to look it up. I have to look it up. I just had to send an email real quick. All right, so now that I did that, let me go back to what I was doing, which is this. Let me add this image now that I have it here. I'm gonna search for the other images off stream, just because I want to get this done and scheduled. Where was I saving them? Oh yeah, I was saving them here. So now here's the beast. Let's put that here. That's the image I used. For this story, it's 9 minutes and 15 seconds. I have no idea what this is gonna look like. I have never actually like done this before. I think something else I want to do is put a link to the story so people can read along if they want to. I won't actually copy paste the story in here, although I could, but I think instead I'm just gonna put a link to the thing. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. And let me get a link to it. I have to open another window to do that. Oh. And then I have to go here, and then I'll go here, and here it is. Oh, was that not the oh, it was. Okay. I'm like, was that not the image I used? What? All right, so let's copy this. And I'm going to come back here and I'm going to paste it here, which should give me a little bloop. There we go. Okay, so 8 months ago was when I wrote this, and now I'm releasing the recording of it. So now I want to, what's happening in the settings here? So this episode is for, that's what I have to think of. Is this for everyone? Or yeah, I'm going to make it for everyone. If I did only free subscribers, then it would only go to my email list. And is that what I want to do here? Let me think. If I do it this way, it'll only go to my email list and it won't show up. But I think for my podcast, I want it to be for everyone. And I think I'm going to disable comments. I don't want any comments on it. It's just for people to listen to. So I think that's going to be how I play this. So let's publish it now. And let's schedule the time for tomorrow morning at, I think I'm going to do 8 a.m., not 9 a.m. And okay, so let's click the button. All right, so my first podcast is scheduled for tomorrow morning. Now, sometime this weekend, I will record the next one and then have that ready for next Friday. So I'm going to record, edit, and then schedule to release the following, Friday, what have you. Why is my out of office still on? It shouldn't be. Oh, that's not the right. Okay. Hold on, let me check my thingy here. All right, I think that's it. I have like some work and stuff I need to do, so I'm going to end my stream here, unfortunately. I will likely be back. I'll try to be back tomorrow, but I don't know. Like my tomorrow's a really busy day for me. I have to go grocery shopping in the morning. I have a huge work project I have to do when I get back from that. Um, so whenever I have time, I might be able to do a bit of streaming maybe tomorrow around 3 or 4. Yep, it did. Hey Vale. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I was quickly just doing a bit. I was editing and then I was preparing it to release tomorrow via my Substack. So that's all sorted and ready to go for tomorrow morning. And hopefully that will go good without a hitch because I have never used it before. So this will be my first time using Substack for my podcast. Normally I would be doing this via Anchor, but I am going to be trying to use Substack. For now, I'm making it available to everyone. I don't know if that's going to be the case moving forward. I think what I'll do is make it available to everyone, and then when I record my contest entry story, which is like 5,000 words, I think that one I'm going to make subscriber only so that it's not available to everyone who wants to listen to it. That'll be like an exclusive to people who subscribe. But all the other ones, which are like, 2,000 or less words, I will make available to everyone. So I think that was my original plan. I'll have to look back at my notes because I did write all this down, how I was going to do the podcast. So I'll just look for that and see if that was what I intended to do. In any event, I'm going to be gone for the rest of the day, at least, doing some stuff. My work laptop is coming, so this afternoon I'm probably going to be busy getting that set up, making sure it works, preparing my old laptop for mailing it back to my job, etc. So I probably won't be back on today. Like I said, tomorrow I'm hella busy, so if I'm back on tomorrow, it'll be because I finished what I had to do for work and I had a bit of time before dinner. And so that'll be the only way I could possibly find time to be on tomorrow. Otherwise, I have no idea. Like my schedule is still not really as ironed out as I would like it to be yet. It's still very much loosey goosey, up in the air type of situation. So I can't make any promises, unfortunately, as to when and how and why I can be on. But we'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. Until then, enjoy your Thursday. If you've got off tomorrow, enjoy your long weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a lovely weekend, and